Welcome to Morning Infusion with Dr. V. Have you ever wondered or ever had your body just shut down on you? Well, stay tuned to our next guest. My name is Dr. Viola Pierce. I'm the owner and the CEO of VP Nursing and the Nurse Nurturer and the facilitators of Secret Suppers Worldwide with Dr. V, where our goal is to teach nurses to leverage the knowledge that they already know working from their computers around the world, making money and owning their own time. Our goal is to come to you each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to give you the fuel to crush your goals to show up exceptional on a daily basis. Note that one of the goals of Morning Infusion with Dr. V is to expose you to leaders that have overcome so that you know that the possibilities are endless. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment if you were ever told that you would not succeed. And remember to hit the calendar link if you want to enroll in our 12-week course, VP Nursing Business Academy, where you will learn to work from your computers anywhere around the world. Our special guest today is Maggie Berghoff. Maggie Berghoff is the founder and CEO of Silprocio.
Self-Procio, yep.
Procio, okay. A
Yeah.
health agency rooted in functional medicine and trusted by celebrities, professional athletes, and CEOs. Maggie's expertise in building multiple thriving businesses online has also led her to becoming a sought-after business mentor for those building an online business. She has been featured in hundreds of places, including Forbes, Business Insider, Entrepreneur Magazine, Oxygen Magazine, Under Armour, USA Today, local and national television, and many, many more. So welcome, Maggie.
Thank you so much for having me.
I love it. I love it. So now tell us, what was the primary reasoning for you to become a nurse?
Well, I always wanted to be medical. My mom is a pharmacist, and I just always knew, even from a very young age, I wanted to be medical. Honestly, I wanted to be a doctor. So when I was younger, I just wanted to be like a pediatrician or a surgeon. Like I just wanted to be a doctor so bad, and was always really excelling at the sciences in school, right? Science, math, chemistry. It was like my jam. And so I knew I wanted to do that. I didn't know exactly how it would look. When I got to college, I went into pre-med, still kind of thinking, oh, I want to be a doctor. But then I was having some doubts, and I felt like I just wanted to be a mom. So I was like, oh, wait, actually, I don't want to be a doctor. I just want to stay home and be a mom. And I was just like having these confusions. And I saw what nurse practitioners could do. So actually, I went straight to nurse practitioner school because I wanted to still have that medical background, that degree. I wanted to have a career where I could work a little bit like less, make a great income, like nurse practitioner, make great income, work less part-time, and then be a mom. So I always kind of wanted that thing. I didn't want to be in school for so long as a medical doctor would be. So I chose nurse practitioner. So in my school, actually, I went to Vanderbilt University. They had this bridge program where you could do pre-med, and then you bridge onto the nurse practitioner route, which the first year is your registered nurse type of thing. And then you specialize into your nurse practitioner, which I was acute care nurse practitioner and then family care nurse practitioner path. So that's kind of how I just always knew I was going to be medical, had no idea how it would turn out. Never intended to have my own business, never. But that's just kind of how like the path went for me.
I love it that it gave you the bridge, because I was like, well, how did you go from, what was your original degree in? Was it in biology?
It was, it's called Medicine, Health, and Society, which is Vanderbilt University's like pre-med track, where you could go into pharmacy or pre-med or medical school or nurse practitioner school. It's like the health and sciences.
Gotcha. Well, I'm glad that they gave you that track. That is really good. Really, really good.
Yeah.
So now you're a nurse practitioner, as you said. Now, did you go into nursing thinking that you were going to be a nurse practitioner? Obviously not, because you thought you were going to be a doctor.
Well, so when I was an undergrad, I knew at that point I wanted to be a nurse practitioner. So I knew after I would say probably like my junior year of college, I was like, yeah, I think nurse practitioner is the route to go. I knew I didn't want to do medical school anymore. And I wanted just like in my mind, I thought nurse practitioner is the way to go. I'm going to be able to work less. I saw doctors as like working a lot and full time, and they, and I just thought that a part-time position as a nurse practitioner would be better for what I wanted. That's just the, 19-year-old me thoughts. And so, and so that's what we did. Oh no, oh no, I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We were discussing before we came on camera how we were able to get together because I had my grandchildren, she had her children, and we were able to come together. But this is what happens whenever you are at home.
I
and
just
whenever
messaged my husband. It's really early here, so he just woke up, and my husband just doesn't know he's awake yet.
What's his name? Hi.
I'm so sorry. So I knew he's going to come get him, but I knew that I wanted to be a nurse practitioner. I knew that the difference is between registered nurse practitioners, and actually some nurse practitioners told me, don't do the straightforward route. Like be a registered nurse first for like 3 years, get your foot in the door, all that kind of stuff. But I knew I wanted to be a nurse practitioner, and I was like, no, I want that. I want that. I know that the cons are like, you don't get that bedside experience as much, but I knew that I just knew that I wanted to be a nurse practitioner and that I'm still going to have that amazing bedside experience. I'm still going to be an amazing practitioner for my patients. And so I went that straight route.
I love it. I love it. And so whoever, there's a Facebook user, I don't know their name, but they said that that's fine because, we have children that are at home.
Oh my gosh. I mean, work from home life, right?
This is real life. Now, once you became a nurse practitioner, you were over several outpatient clinics and you thought you were happy. What happened that made you know that this was not going to be your retirement plan in nursing?
Yeah, well, I was happy. I loved my job as a nurse practitioner. I think it's an amazing position. But I started to realize that like everything that kind of made me different, unique, it wasn't aligned with a 9-to-5 normal job. So I was going to work every day. I'm coming home, making dinner, cleaning dinner, going to bed, rinse, lather, repeat. And I just knew that this was not meant for me. Nights, weekends, I just felt kind of stuck.
It's just the lights out.
Oh my gosh.
It's hilarious.
I'm so sorry. Okay, so I knew that this was not for me. But the big turning point for me was when my own body crashed. I had a massive health complication. And so I found functional medicine through that health journey. And through going through the Institute for Functional Medicine, healing my own body and reversing everything that was going on in my body, I realized that, okay, I don't really love this like 9-to-5 thing. Like I loved it, but also felt like I was meant for maybe something more. And now there's this functional medicine thing that I just like am obsessed with. And I did not want to go back to my position as like a traditional conventional nurse practitioner. I wanted to do integrative functional medicine. I didn't want to work for somebody else at that point. I wanted flexibility in my schedule. I had just gotten pregnant, just got married, pregnant, moved into our first house. And I was like, I want to be a mom. Remember, I was like, I just kind of want to be a mom. But I was like, okay, but I want to be a mom and have my career. How can I do this? And so I took maternity leave with my first child, who you just saw. And I was like, I'm going to build my own business. I'm not going back to work. And so I spent those 3 months during nap times, really just figuring out business and marketing. I knew health really well. I just needed to figure out, how do I even do this? I didn't know anyone doing online health consulting, which is what I do. I didn't know anyone doing it. I've never heard of this. I didn't even have an Instagram account. Like I didn't do social media. I didn't know anybody. And so I just really had to figure it out and just started kind of learning as I went.
And you have like your social media is rocking it out.
I'm going to turn my light back on so you can see me.
Okay.
Okay. That way you can see my face because it's still dark here. It's early morning. Okay. So my social media, thank you. That was one of the things that, again, I was pretty anti-social media. I was the friend who was like, you guys, I don't do social media, like, right? Never. And I just, now I'm obsessed with it. I mean, I think it is the most amazing tool to grow your impact.
That's right.
So I could never make the impact that I have been able to make in these years sitting behind my desk, just, writing blogs, for example, or something like that. Like I have to get on social media to impact and reach people. That's where people are. And it's free marketing. I'm a huge fan of organic industry, business world, marketing. It's like the easiest thing. You can post a video nowadays. So I use Instagram a lot. Reels is huge for Instagram right now. You could post a reel that goes viral with no experience. It could just be you being like to a little video sound and being like, nope, like 5 seconds long, and go viral for free and have a million people looking at you and your business. It's like amazing.
It is amazing. It is absolutely amazing. I absolutely love it, love it, love it. Now, functional medicine, can you tell us a little bit about what functional medicine is?
Right. Yeah. So functional medicine is a mix between conventional and natural medicine, kind of. And it's different for every practitioner, just like, one cardiologist practices a little different than another cardiologist, right? Functional medicine practitioners, some are a little different than each other. My view of it is finding the root cause of what's going on in your body through specialty lab work. So I use advanced lab work. We're testing blood, stool, saliva, hair, all those things to find out what's going on in your body in a deeper level, more than what insurance-based lab CBC type of things would cover, to see what's going on in the body. And then when I know that, then I try to fix all of those pathways and imbalances with more natural things, like changing your lifestyle, nutrient levels, sleep optimization, stress, food, all of that kind of stuff to try to actually fix the imbalances. So a great example would be like if you have a thyroid problem or a progesterone, imbalance. So instead of giving you a thyroid pill or progesterone for that imbalance, I'm trying to figure out, well, why is your thyroid not acting properly? Like, why is your thyroid low? Instead of just giving you thyroid pills to tell your body fakely that it has enough thyroid, let's try to make the body make it again, because you probably don't actually have a thyroid problem. You probably have something else going on that's causing your thyroid to be low. And if we figure out that other thing, then we can reverse the imbalances and your body can actually thrive without being on medications. Now, there's nothing wrong like with medications when they're needed, but my business and what I'm really passionate about is trying to figure out, okay, maybe we don't need those. And maybe we just need to rebalance the body, rewire some things, heal some things, and it can actually fix itself.
I love it. I absolutely love it because a lot of times it's absolutely right. We throw medications at things that we really, honestly don't need sometimes. And refocusing and changing our lifestyle is huge, huge, huge. Now, you pivoted into being your own boss. Now, before you pivoted into being your own boss, your body kind of shut down on you, right? So tell us about that.
Yeah, so that's how I found functional medicine. I had never even heard of it before then. I started getting some crazy symptoms, and externally, I looked healthy and happy and fit and all those good things. But internally, like my body was just it was crashing. So I was malnourished in the sense that I was eating healthy, organic, tons of veggies, all that kind of stuff. But with my fitness, I loved exercising. And with those types of plans that I was following, they were like, oh, chicken breast and broccoli and tilapia and rice and no fat and no carbs and like that kind of thing. And that's what I was following. So although I was all organic veggies, thinking I was so healthy, I was actually missing major nutrients, and I was eating the same foods over and over and over, which causes food intolerance. It doesn't allow your gut to be populated with healthy bacteria. And so I thought I was being healthy, but actually my body was crashing. So eventually my hormones were out of balance. I didn't have any periods, those were non-existent. I started swelling up. My body started just retaining water, where one day I remember waking up and legitimately I was 12 pounds heavier that morning than I was the day before. 12 pounds in one day. And I mean, you saw it. I would just blow up. It was crazy. And so I went to my doctor, and of course, all my labs were normal. And then they were like, oh, you're fine. All your labs are normal. And I'm sitting there like, oh no, I'm not normal. This is not normal. I've gained 40 pounds in 3 months. I haven't changed anything. My body's just freaking out. I'm getting headaches. I'm waking up so tired, even though I'm sleeping 10 hours a night. But my doctors are like, oh no, everything's normal, because on their paper, it looked normal. Well, eventually it got so bad that then the papers did show abnormality. So eventually then it did show that I had protein deficiency, kidney failure, immunodeficiency, all of the things. My body was just, at that point, finally, it was breaking down for real. And I ended up having a mini stroke, a TIA mini stroke, when I was 24 years old. Wow. And it was like that moment where I was sitting in the hospital bed, just had a mini stroke. And then the doctors come in and they're like, oh yeah, well, we're not sure why this happened, but follow up with your doctor in about 4 months and make sure everything's like going okay. And I'm like, what? Right? Like, are you serious? Like, I'm telling you, I'm literally sitting here like screaming, asking my doctors, like, figure this out. I remember legitimately hoping and praying that my doctors would find cancer in my body. So at least I would have an answer. Like, I remember thinking like, oh, just please find like a tumor or cancer or something so that at least we know why this is going on. And that's why I found functional medicine, because I knew that if I stay in this model and these doctors keep on just drawing these labs, saying everything's normal, or saying we have these imbalances, follow up in 6 months, try this pill, follow up in 6 months, I'm gonna die. Like, I'm not gonna be able to live like this. And I knew, I'm very stubborn, and I knew that there's no way that I'm gonna go through life like this, like that this is my new normal, when just a year prior to this, I was totally healthy and normal. And so that's when I started learning about functional medicine, totally healed my body. Like, I am off, I don't take any medications, any supplements. Again, there's nothing wrong with medications when needed, but my body doesn't need them anymore. My body never needed them. My body just needed to get rid of this inflammation, get my nutrients back up. I had gut parasites and bacteria. Like, I had a ton of stuff going on that just kind of fell underneath the scope of conventional medicine's ability. And it's not their fault, because I was in that model. I would get in trouble if I spent more than 10 minutes with a patient. You can't fix somebody in 10 minutes, like not this deep level.
That's right.
And so it's just a different model. And so that's where I really dove into functional medicine. And that's how everything kind of,
Evolved
from there. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I mean, I think that is so true. And, as healthcare professionals, I remember, going to the physician and getting, medicines like your statins, for example.
Mm.
And that, I was like literally like tore out of my frame with those statins. I was like, we're not gonna keep doing this right here. And so I decided to change my diet, as you said, and decided to have a lot of lifestyle changes in order to make sure that I could get where I needed to be. Now, you pivoted into being your boss. Was it scary going in from the executive job to being an entrepreneur, and how did you conquer the fear?
So this question always comes up, and I always wish I was like, yes, it was so scary, but honestly it wasn't. I was so confident that, like, I knew, I just had this intuitive feeling, like I knew that I was meant to do this. And so I was so excited. It was something new and fun. I love a challenge. I love achieving things that, that I set my mind to. So I was very excited about it. I think that the only thing that was like very fearful in the beginning was a little bit, my husband was so supportive. I had these crazy ideas. I'm like, I've got a steady income. I had a higher income than he did at the time, even though we both worked for companies. We just got pregnant, just bought the house, like just got married and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to be an online health coach. And so like, he was so supportive, but that was the biggest thing, is that like, okay, this does have to work, because like I am the income and now I have a family and children. So that was the biggest fear thing, of like making sure that, this is not just like a fleeing type of thing, and that this is a legitimate career that I'm building for myself and a new business. But that was the biggest thing when I first started. Now I have tons of fears all the time, because I'm constantly going through like the next phase of growth. And I feel that imposter syndrome, or like the fear of, I don't know what to do. I'm just figuring this out. Who am I when these people have been doing this for like 20 years? Like, why wouldn't someone just hire them instead of me, because I'm so new? I've all of those things and every phase of growth. But when I very first started, I was mostly just excited and eager.
I love it. But the thing too is becoming comfortable with that fear, right? Being comfortable, being uncomfortable is huge.
Yeah, I'm always uncomfortable. Every time, even I've been doing video for so long, and even every time I post a video, I'm like, because it's uncomfortable. Not only just you're putting yourself out there, but also I'm talking about something different. So like all of the traditional medical doctors, like they're probably gonna bash, or like you get trolls, or even people on social media, especially, like, I don't know, they might not like my nose. Like, who knows? It's always uncomfortable to put yourself out there, but it's so worth it, because then all of the people, for the few people, like 3 people out of thousands who don't like you, like you're impacting so many more people on such a bigger level that I could never do if I was just in my little comfort zone. So yeah, I mean, I'm fearful and I have imposter syndrome stuff. And there's days where I feel like a pit in my stomach, like, huh, and you want to kind of quit and just go back to that easy 9 to 5 job. Because that is easy. You clock in, see the same types of people every day, you clock out. But I'm so obsessed with growth and with impact in helping other people that going into that fear and on purpose living outside of my comfort zone is just a non-negotiable, really.
That's right. That's right. I love that. I love that. And you know, the impact is huge, huge, huge. Now you you are your you are your own boss with small children.
That's
Now, how do you make that work all the time?
well, you guys just witnessed it. I tag team with a very amazing, supportive husband. So my husband, after about a year in my business online, I was able to bring him home from the career he didn't love. He came and helped me in the business with back end things. I needed help. I was going to hire someone, and he was like, I don't like my job. And so it was perfect because I also didn't like his job because I had this ultimate freedom. I could leave, we could vacation whenever, and he still was tied to like 2 weeks vacation time, asking for time off. And I didn't like it. I wanted him to be flexible with me. And so that's what we've done. We've just tagged team things. And so as far as raising the kids, we have 3 now. That one that you saw is our oldest. He just turned 4. And then we have a 1-year-old and a newborn. And we just make it happen. We just tag team. We support each other. Sometimes that looks like us, being like, hey, being like, hey, I need 1 hour. There's so many things I need to catch up in my emails. I need 1 hour. And then you can have 1 hour. And so like I get an hour, I watch the 3 kids, and then we swap. He gets his hour and I watch the 3 kids. So it's just about, support and tag team. And of course, outside support, I think is a massive, massive help. If you have family around, ask for their help. If you can hire somebody to come help with your kids during the day or for some hours. I always tell my clients, my moms, like, get a sitter to come to your house for even 4 hours, because those 4 hours that you pay that sitter, if you're zoned in on your work, you could make way more and like establish your career than you could if you were trying to. I always say, like, I'm not going to cuss, but like to like be like half in on your business and like half in on mom. If you do it at the same time, it doesn't work. I tried it. So when I first had my 1-year-old, when like I was just starting the business and all that kind of stuff, I would like be on my computer answering me emails and looking at him and trying to play and like talking to him. And I wasn't really good at my job because I wasn't all in, and I wasn't really good at being a mom because I wasn't all in. So I'm super firm on being like, every single day when I'm on work, I'm like 100% zoned in on work. If it's for me and I'm like pampering myself or fitness or whatever, I want to be 100% on that. When I'm with my husband, when I'm with my children, I like to be 100% in all of the roles. And so support is how you do that. You have to ask for help. You have to get support to make sure that you have that time for yourself, for your significant others, and for your family, and then also for your career.
And I love it that, that being present in the moment, right? Because you really want to be present in the moment in order to be that great mom, in order to be that great boss that you are, right? And so I love that. You did. So what is some advice that you would give? I guess you gave the advice that you would give someone that is going into business to have small children, because it can be difficult. We're empty nesters at this point. But one of the things that I remember just when I was in school, right? Because being in doctoral school, I mean, literally it is like a job, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I remember, on the days that I had to submit, I was like, so I can't talk to nobody.
Yeah. And that's how it is. That's my recommendation, is just to prioritize and let your loved ones know, especially if you're building your own business, like, this is not a side gig. This is not a side hustle. Like, I am building a career in a business. Like, this is my job. So when people have a typical 9 to 5 job, they leave and they're there 9 to 5 zoned in. You don't have to do that. I don't ever work 9 to 5 full hours. Like, I mean, I work pretty minimal, but like during those minimal times, I'm zoned in. That's my time. That's my time to be efficient, to build my business. And then during the other times, then it's other things. But having the separation is really key, letting your loved ones know and to support that. And I would say, like, especially with young children, and if you're going to be an entrepreneur, setting boundaries is huge, because when you're home and no, like other people aren't, they are going to expect you to just do the stuff like, hey, will you pick up so and so from wherever? It was like, yeah,
No.
like, so there's a flexibility. And I had that huge transition when I was a new entrepreneur of even like my own mom just being like, hey, can you pick up grandma? She's da, da, da. And I'm like, I'm trying to work, but like, but it's flexible. And I would pick up grandma and stuff like that. But it's about prioritizing your time, I think, and just setting boundaries, setting healthy boundaries, and then giving yourself grace. I mean, there's some days where I definitely wish that I could work all day. And then I remember like my child's home sick, or he wants some extra TLC on the couch or whatever it is. And just give yourself grace. And in my mind, I'm always thinking like that my priority is family. So act like it. Sometimes I get caught up in like, oh, I want to build my business and my career. But the reason why I do this, first, of course, to help people, but also because I want to be a mom. Like, remember, that's like my whole through line. I want to be a mom and raise a family and be happy and healthy and all those things. And so make sure that what you say your priorities are actually reflecting that. Give yourself grace. If you take weeks off, months off, you have this one moment with your children, like this
Right.
one moment, and they're going to grow up, and you have your whole life to build your career. So I'm huge on remembering those priorities.
Yes, and that's one of the reasons why I'm so intent on teaching people, as you do, how to work online, from their computers. And the reason why is because what happens is you are able to leverage that time. You're able to, be in that moment with your children. And it's really one of those things that I never ever considered, right? I knew that my family was important, but working at the bedside, working all those hours and thinking that if I work one more shift, then it will make me richer. When, the Bible says that don't work to be rich because it's not going to happen. Okay. You have to be very intuitive about attracting money to you and using your money to work for you as opposed to always working for your money. I love it.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Yeah. I think that it's a different lifestyle and mindset. It's not something that we usually were taught. Like, I definitely was not taught entrepreneurship. And in nurse practitioner school or any kind of school, they teach you to go and get a job for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a whole different thing. And when you are your own boss and you have your own business, you're working from wherever, like you teach people to do, like, it's such a different lifestyle. And it's so amazing because then, yeah, all you do is help people and abundance and income comes your way. And then you get to help more people and you get to have this amazing, flexible lifestyle for yourself. It's just so cool.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, do you believe in the law of attraction? And what are your thoughts as it relates to this law?
Yeah, so I totally do. And I think that in manifesting and all that kind of stuff, intuition, I never knew what it was. Again, I was not into social media even before my business. And I never had heard of this kind of stuff. Didn't know Tony Robbins. I've never heard of the word manifestation or anything like that. But I naturally am like that. And like I was just born like that. I really feel like, and my siblings used to always just say that I live in the clouds, or like, oh, that's Hi Maggie again. Even I didn't smoke, but like they would like say that about things, even when I was really young. So I definitely feel like that's a huge thing, and also has helped with my successes because I truly believe that what you set your mind to is going to happen. Abundance is going to come your way. And if you just, live this abundant lifestyle, you're going to just enjoy so many riches, not like money riches, just all of the riches. And so, yeah, I'm a huge fan now that I know what it is.
And one of the things that I have found as well is that I think people, they want to separate, your spiritual side and the law of attraction. And I think they really kind of work together with each other in order to form the abundant life that you want, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So now, where can the audience find you?
Well, I am on social media now. So
all over it. I mean, amazing.
I am. Instagram, I think, is my favorite spot to connect with people because the DM aspect, I can connect with you and audio and all that kind of stuff. So Instagram is great. Everything's basically my name. Maggie_Berghoff is on Instagram. You can connect with me there. I'm on TikTok, my website. I'm all over social. So yeah. I'd
I
love to
love
connect
it.
with you guys.
I love it. Yes, yes, yes. So thank you for showing up today. I remember us first, we kind of met on Clubhouse, and I
Yeah.
remember us first meeting. I was like, she is a powerhouse. I would love to have her on my show. And so I'm super excited that we were able to connect and that we were able to come together for this because you bring value. You bring a lot of value. I'm so thankful that we have people like you in this world. So my name is Dr. Viola Pierce. I'm the owner and the CEO of VP Nursing and the Nurse Nurturer and the facilitators of Secret Suppers Worldwide with Dr. V, where our goal is to teach nurses to leverage the knowledge that they already know, working from their computers anywhere around the world, owning their own time, making money. Our goal is to come to you each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to give you the fuel to crush your goals and to show up exceptional on a daily basis. Know that one of the goals of Morning Infusion with Dr. V is to expose you to leaders such as Maggie that have overcome so that you know that your possibilities are endless. If you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment if you were ever told that you would not succeed. And remember to hit the calendar link above if you want to create another stream of income and enroll in our 12-week course, VP Nursing Business Academy. You guys have a phenomenal day.